Welcome to the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting. It's Tuesday, June 6, 2023 at 3:00 p.m. Please silence all cell phones. A copy of the Nebraska Opens Meetings Act is located on the north wall of the county boardroom. We have present today Commissioners Kelly, Warren, Mixon, and Burmeister, along with our County Administrator Dan Hoynes, our County Clerk Deb Hotaling, our County Assessor Dan Pittman, and our County Treasurer, Trace Jones. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is the consent equalization agenda. Would anybody like to see any items removed from the consent agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve. Oh, Mr. Pittman.
We heard from a taxpayer who has item number 17193. Last name is Bishop. And they've already contacted the state of Nebraska. They believe it was an error in what the state did, and they asked if this would be tabled. I did check with legal counsel. Go ahead.
Yes, there is, the timeline for board action on this is dependent upon the action of the Department of Revenue and everything. So if the Department of Revenue is still reviewing, this can be tabled until their review is complete. There's also a request to table Darren, which...
Darren Roberts. Robert Darren, 196.
Yeah, 17196, so that attorney for the taxpayer may review their options for further appeal on that.
So the numbers again were 17196 and 17193.
Okay, 17196 and what?
17193.
Annie, don't we have to move this to regular though now?
Yeah, so would somebody like to make a motion to?
No, I don't need a motion. Anybody
Oh.
can move it.
Okay.
Yeah, move it to regular and then just table those two. I have not heard anything on the others. They should be okay to act on.
Okay, so
Okay, so
should I withdraw my motion? And okay, I'm going to withdraw my original motion and make a motion to, should we table those two items first?
I think we have to
no,
move
we
it.
can't, hold on. Get it down on regular first, would you? We got to
Yes.
get it off consent because you're not going to follow through with everything.
So we'd like to move
So you're going to
item
move item,
4.3.
I'm sorry, what was it again?
Oh, item 4.3
4.3 to regular.
to the regular agenda.
Well, wait a minute, Annie. Where'd she go? Oh, don't we just want to remove motor vehicles down to regular and then start making your motions? Take it off consent altogether.
Not the motor vehicles, just the tax correction.
Or I'm sorry, I just missed a word, to tax corrections.
Yes.
So we're going to move all tax corrections to the regular.
Yep. So then do we have a motion to approve the amended consent agenda?
Hold on, I don't have your voting button up yet.
Okay, can we just start over?
Yeah, we're going to have to because you just,
Okay,
yeah, hold
We're
on.
moving 4.3, right? Chairman?
Yep, we're gonna
Chairwoman?
move item
Chairperson?
4.3, which we apparently don't need a motion for.
So 4.3, you can ask me move to regular. So we're going to take this one to regular.
So now we need a motion to approve
Okay,
the
I'll make
amended
that motion
consent.
to approve the consent agenda minus 4.3.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, wait, I'm not on consent.
Second.
Wait a minute, we're not on consent right now, hold on. All right, send for, okay, Don, you're gonna do the consent, correct? Minus the tax corrections.
Right.
Moved by Commissioner Kelly, seconded by Commissioner Warren to approve the consent agenda minus item 4.3. We good?
Yeah, I get, yeah. So far, we're good.
Any discussion? Please vote.
A's for, absent Klug.
So item 4.3 is the tax corrections 17192 to 17217. Mr. Pittman already presented two that are asking to be tabled. Does anybody want to make a motion to table items 17193 and 17196?
Yeah, I can do that. I'll make a motion to approve the tax corrections. Or no, I'm sorry, I'll make a motion to table, right?
Yes,
Tax corrections 17193 and 17196 from item 4.3.
for how long?
2 weeks,
Which would be
2 weeks. June 20th.
June 20th? Okay.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll make a second.
Moved by Commissioner Kelly to table 2 items, seconded by Commissioner Warren. Any discussion?
Yeah, just a question again for legal. I know I've asked this before. Why do we even vote on this stuff?
That's why they were moved to the consent agenda. It's more of an administrative action. The board has to approve all corrections that are made to the tax rolls, so
But we're told we have to accept them.
these are based on essentially an order from the Department of Revenue, yes.
Any other questions? Please vote.
A's for, absent Klug.
And just as a footnote, I mean, we've got how many corrections here? Not that many. And here's 2 errors. So how many others have errors that we just pass by and let them fly? If the taxpayer comes back later and wants to object to these, can they still do it?
There are timelines that they can appeal decisions of the Department of Revenue, and so that's their avenue for objecting to it.
And then it would have to come back to us again.
Well, if the decision of the Department of Revenue is appealed, then in theory, we don't act on the correction until that appeal is completed and the whole action has been certified, so to speak.
Thank you.
Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the remaining tax corrections?
Oh,
Okay, I'll make a motion to
another
approve.
motion, hold on.
We tabled 2,
You guys
but
are
we
making
didn't
me ruin
approve
my
the
work
others.
here. Okay, hold on, we gotta go back in. So we're gonna approve the rest of them? Okay, let me, well, I don't know how to get you back. Give me a minute here. I gotta get this thing to go back. I'm gonna add it to the motion below because it's not gonna let me go back. So can they table those 2 for 2 weeks and approve the rest, or do they have to do it 2 separate motions? It would be the same motion. Could we add on to that last I can't, this will let me go in twice. I can't go in 3 times. The program won't let me. It's not letting me do
Sure,
it.
can we just amend the motion
Can you
to
amend it then to
approve
say
all of the?
approve,
Yeah,
please? You're making my heart,
we are here for you, Madam Clerk.
thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
I'm going to stay with the second on that, but to be honest, I would vote against it because I don't see any reason in us having to support something just because the state says we should. I think it's an administrative function that is ridiculous. And one of the things I know that's going to happen this next year is there's going to be a committee working to look over some of the property tax issues, and this is one of the ones that's at the front of my list. So,
But you'll help me out today, correct?
yeah, today
Thank you.
I'm not going to vote against it just for you, Deb.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Okay,
very
so
much.
I'm going to amend my motion to approve item,
Huh?
right? Is that what you want me to do? You
Oh,
want us
I
to
was just
approve 4.3, tabling those
Okay.
2 items and approving all the other tax corrections, correct?
And Jim, you're going to
Okay,
second
so that was
correct?
item 93. 193 and 196 will be tabled for 2 weeks. The motion is to table those for 2 weeks and approve all the other tax corrections.
And I just added it onto that motion, so
Yep,
is that
and
okay?
that's fine. Everybody's an aye, right? Got it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to item 5.1, which is a public hearing and action tabled from May 23rd, 2023, tax exemption application Form 451, Cornerstone Cougars, Inc., parcel 010484434 for tax exemption on real and personal property by qualifying organizations. Dan Pittman, County Assessor.
That one was originally denied, and in the lag time between the denial and appearing before the county board, Cornerstone was able to provide the information we need to actually approve the application. So the assessor's recommendation is to approve the exemption application.
Motion to approve.
Oh, this is a public
Oh,
hearing. Does anyone from the public want to speak on this topic? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and take Commissioner Warren's motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion? Please vote.
There you go. All right, now vote.
I had to refresh mine.
Don?
I'm a yes. I don't have anything to
Hold on.
on my screen here.
Okay, A's for, absent Klug.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Item 5.2 is tax corrections 17218 to 17223. Dan Pittman, County Assessor.
There's 6 of these. They're all personal property, and they were all corrections based upon the, either the applicant amending their filing or just making us aware that they're out of business.
Questions for Dan?
motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion? Please vote.
I'm a yes.
Are you still out, Don? Okay.
Yeah.
A's for, absent Klug.
All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Equalization is adjourned. We'll move on to the Board of Commissioners.
Okay.
Welcome to the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's June 6, 2023 at 3:12 p.m. We have present today Commissioners Kelly, Warren, Mixon, and Burmeister, along with our County Administrator Dan Hoynes and our County Clerk Deb Hotaling. We'll start with the Commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Mixon.
None, thank you.
I think multiple people received a yellow card in the mail, and my phone has rung pretty much all weekend. Hearing absolutely absorbent increases in taxation. And it seems like in my area, acreages are getting hit hardest. Following an increase the year before, anywhere from 20 to 27% is the number that I'm hearing. A lot of the people that are calling are people that are on fixed incomes. You know, they've lived in their house for 20, 30, 40 years, and are now getting close to the point that they're getting taxed out of their neighborhood. And I had talked to Don earlier today because he is on the Budget Committee, and I know that we have a small portion of the taxation, 13% maybe, whatever it is. But I also talked to Bill right before the meeting. It's one of those things that I really hope that we as a board can do everything we can this year to support. And it's going to be a hard budget year, and I'm going to be pretty hard to convince any new positions and any significant increases in the budget, solely because of the increases that have come down by the assessor. I know Sarpy's not alone. Douglas is kind of going through the same thing, but it's just one of those things that's going to make it a very difficult year.
Commissioner Kelly?
Springfield Days this weekend. Great La Vista Days last weekend, and Papillion Days is next up. So get out and enjoy the summer.
And Bellevue Rocks this weekend, too.
Was that, oh yeah? Did they rock?
No, coming up this weekend.
Okay, great. That's at their park, Heroes Park?
Yeah.
Oh, good. A lot of things to do this weekend, folks.
Nothing, Madam Chair.
All right, we'll move on to the consent commissioner's agenda. Item number 4, would anybody like to see any items removed from the consent agenda?
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Kelly, second by Commissioner Warren. Any discussion? Please vote.
I vote yes.
Okay, wait, I've got to put you in for the second first. Okay, now vote. Okay, A's 4, absent Klug.
Item 5.1 is minutes, May 23rd, 2023. Deb Hotaling, Clerk, Register of Deeds. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Mixon. Please vote.
A's 3, abstain Kelly, absent Klug.
Oh, did I pull that out of the consent? Oh, no, sorry, my system is. Okay, item 5.2 is public hearing and recommendation to Liquor Control Commission, Grandmothers Inc., DBA Don and Millie's, application for a Class I beer, wine, distilled spirits, on sale only liquor license for business at 14321 Harrison Street, La Vista, Nebraska 68138. Dean Rasmussen.
My name is Dean Rasmussen with Don and Millie's Restaurants, 5310 South 84th Street. I would just be here today to answer any questions you may have about our operation or me as a manager.
Perfect. Any questions for Mr. Rasmussen?
I talked to you before, you were previous owner and now manager, so there's no major change in operations.
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Rasmussen? This is a public hearing. Anyone else from the public want to speak on this topic? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, seconded by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion? Please vote.
A's 4, absent Klug.
Thank you. Item 5.3 is Resolution 2023-190, award the low bid for the 156th Street and Giles Road traffic signal improvements, Project C-7709-02, to the low bidder Commonwealth Electric Company of the Midwest in the amount of $65,000. Scott Bovick, Deputy Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioner. The purchasing department accepted bids for this project. It is to upgrade the traffic signal cabinet, controller, install new signal heads, and install new radar detection system at this intersection. Intersection's been there for some time, but growth continues to happen in that area. I believe this will also set the intersection up to be a four-way intersection at some time the property to the south develops. We did receive 3 bids on the project. The low bid was $65,000. The other 2 bids were between $69,000 and $103,000. The engineer's estimate was $80,000, and we do have funds for this project in the 1 and 6 year program. And I think the plan is to get this work done in the next month or so. That I'm happy to answer any questions, and County Engineer Danny Wilson and his team's here as well if you have questions.
Any questions for Denny or for Scott?
The only question I have is, this is in Gretna's planning and zoning area, right? But they still have to come through the county because it's a SID for the stop sign?
It's an arterial road, 156th and Giles, and it's not in their city limits. It's in their 2-mile extraterritorial jurisdiction, so it's still our road and our responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Other questions? Anyone want to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, seconded by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion? Please vote.
A's 3, abstain Kelly, absent Klug.
Item 5.4 is Resolution 2023-191, award the low bid for the 84th Street UBAS project, C-77-23-09, to the low bidder McAnany?
McEnany?
I'm not going to repeat it because I'll say it wrong. construction in the amount of $306,275. Scott Bovick, Deputy Administrator.
This is a project we received 2 bids on. The low bid was from McEnany Construction for $306,275. The other bid was $390,000, and the engineer's estimate was $322,150. We do have the funding in the 1 and 6 year program for this. As you know, over the last couple of years, the county engineer's office has been working hard to do concrete panel replacement along this stretch of corridor, including the bridge near the St. Clumkill athletic fields. And so this will be an asphalt overlay over that entire stretch of road, which will help seal it and protect the road and make it a smoother driving surface. Papillion and La Vista, those communities have used this process within their communities, and I think the county engineer's office thought it would be a good fit to help improve 84th Street. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions, or Denny and his team are here as well.
Questions for Scott or for Denny?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion? Please vote.
Hold on. Okay. Ayes 4, absent Klug.
Item 5.5 is Resolution 2023-192, award the low bid to Graham Construction for the Platteview Road improvements, Highway 31 to 210th Street, Project C-7723-07, in the amount of $4,515,085.25. Scott Bovick, Deputy Administrator.
Thank you. The county board has seen this project several times before. We have an interlocal with 3 other parties, the city of Gretna, Gretna Logistics Development, and the I-80 Logistics Park. This has been an important project to get going because there's an enormous amount of development that's occurring very quickly out there. This is to take Platteview Road from a 2-lane asphalt section to a 3-lane concrete section from Highway 31 to 210th Street. We did only get 1 bid on this project. The bid was from Graham Construction at the $4.5 million amount. The engineer's estimate was closer to $5 million. Graham is working on another joint project between the city and the county up on 204th and Capehart. So they're in the area. We figured they would be a good bidder. You know, this would be attractive to them. Of course, we're always hoping for more bids, but based on the county engineer's review and HDR's review, they recommend award bid. We are hoping to have the project completed by the end of this year. That's a very aggressive schedule, but it's really important for us to get this out there because in 2024, a lot of the buildings that are under construction are going to be opening and ready to be used. With that, I can answer any questions you may have.
How long of a stretch is this? Is this roughly a mile?
You know, I didn't get that measured for you, Commissioner, but I think it's a mile, maybe a little bit less. The mile might be from Highway 31 to 204th Street. I'd have to look at that real quick. Less than a mile.
What's that?
I think it's less than a mile. I would have to get on the map and look exactly.
All right, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chris.
It's about 3,000 feet. So about just a little under half a mile, or about a little over half a mile.
Okay.
And then there will be, that remaining part will be paved fairly soon as well, correct? That extra 1,200 feet?
You know, to the east, there's additional development happening. I think with this project, we're going to match grade. We're still working with the development in the area to figure out the best solution. But there's also pending development occurring there. Part of this project is going west across Highway 31 to pave some of the area that's in Gretna city limits. They'll pay for that. You know, so that's the distance there.
Thank you. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Mixon. Any discussion?
Yeah, Scott, who builds the interior streets? Is that the county or? Is that the developer?
It's the developer, so 210th and 214th Street will be a loop, and the SID Gretna Logistics is building that now 100% at their cost. I-80 Logistics has a connection from Highway 31 east to 214th Street, again, private road or public road, SID road that they're responsible for building, and we're not contributing to any of those costs.
So is there that entrance off Highway 31, is that right in, right out, or is that it looks like it's across from the Flying J truck stop?
You know, I might have Chris or Denny come up and talk about that, because that is part of the coordination with the Nebraska Department of Transportation, and they do have some plans in there on how that area is developing. At this point, I don't think it's a right in, right out, but as things continue to occur, that might go to right in, right out. But I'll let Chris maybe answer that.
Yeah, right now, today, it's a full access, but Scott's exactly right. There's coordination that will happen with NDOT as potential development. We're looking at, there are going to be some options on what happens through that corridor, so we're not exactly sure what NDOT is going to want to look at. We don't know all the traffic information from Hymas. The business park is still kind of reevaluating what they're doing there, so there could be some additional improvements along 31, but as of right now, it's a full access, but it could potentially change.
It's full access with no traffic signal?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Klug.
All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Commissioners is adjourned.